And also to your point of Atlantis, like I had the original impression that spiritual or not, but they had like telepathic power, they're very advanced, and you just assume that advanced also equals to higher consciousness, which is mean that they're more loving. But just because someone is of a higher consciousness or have like telepathic power doesn't mean that at the time that based on the group consciousness they are more mature. It's almost like, yeah, at the end of the day we're all humans. So back then, like whether it's Christians or Muslim or Buddhism, they all had slaves of some sort, and so
Yes.
we weren't that advanced in our group consciousness.
Right. Yeah. And I thought the exact same thing. I mean, until I got into here and started reading these texts, I was like, wait a minute, this is totally different from what I believed. And I mean, they were very advanced. They probably had consciousness, a lot better consciousness than we did. But they still, it answers the questions of why there's so much conflict in our world, why we love money, why we're greedy, why we fight so much. It all comes out of Atlantis. I thought that if we ever met an alien race, they would have no use for money. Now, after reading all these texts, I'm thinking that money is what aliens use. If it's not in nature, which you don't see any birds or other animals exchanging money for anything. If it's not in nature, I'd call it alien. But they gave us their mind, but we had the hominid mind, and the trick is to balance both. And when we balance both, we can do great things. When you think that you came from apes, you're like, okay, we're the epitome of creation. We're the greatest thing there ever was. But when you realize that we have so much more potential from what was in our history, you're like, wow, we can unlock so much more within our DNA. And they call it junk DNA. It's just locked DNA. We can unlock it. They just don't understand why there's so much of our DNA we don't use.
So many different places I've learned from reference that it just needs to be unlocked. And once you unlock this, that's where a lot of the abilities that we've lost, you start to gain it back as well.
Yeah, we'll remember it. I always say that we're not learning, we're remembering.